entire suffering of mankind is because we take things very, very seriously. Things that are not meant to be taken seriously. You become serious about something and you will suffer.
Should there be no discrimination, like, उसी को तो विवेक कहते हैं.
Vivek is to see that what is nitya, what is anitya, what is trivial and what is not trivial. And the application of Vivek will only tell you that
everything
is anitya. This is what the Buddha called as anatta. Everything is anitya. Anatma. There is nothing in it. Anityata was called by him as anikka. It's all anikka. Everything is anitya. So application of Vivek will only tell you that everything is what? Trivia. Complete anikka everywhere. It's all trivial. So have a field day, go enjoy, have a blast, chill. Alright, now write down what are you serious about. What is it that you are serious about?
Thing.
That's where your suffering lies.
Thing?
Whatever you are serious about will bring you suffering. Whatever you give great importance to, oh, this is something important. I cannot do this without this. Whatever you are serious about, that is where your suffering lies. This moment, right now, break the code of your suffering. See what you are serious about. You are suffering just because you are taking something too seriously, which is not meant to be taken seriously. You can play with it, but instead of playing with it, you are taking as if it is something so important. Oh, very important. Very important. What is important to you? Yes. Whatever is important to you is the seed of your suffering. What is important to you? The liberated one finds nothing important. What is important to you? Yes, one thing each. Quickly.
Stability.
Thou shalt suffer. What is important to you?
As such, there is nothing much important. Like when I was kid, the only thing important was my family, parents. But now I realize they too will pass on after some time. So then I will be free. But if I have to live on, I feel it is important that I make some positive difference to the world, maybe to other minds.
World?
Minds, other minds, maybe.
You will suffer.
And I am suffering because of that. I have a choice to leave everything and go, but I am suffering.
Whosoever ever tried to change the world learnt at the cost of his life the lesson.
But, okay. Let's give it a shot.
Only this can be changed. That cannot be. Yes, what is important to you?
Nothing.
Thou shalt doubly suffer. First for having important things and second for hiding them. Yes, what is important?
Nothing.
There is nothing important to you. Everything is a game, everything is trivia. Surely. Then there is one thing which is surely important. Secrets, hiding, concealment. Or we are unable to look at ourselves. Wherever there is attachment, wherever there is obviously something important. Yes. Then find out. Pata nahi is not a statement of great clarity. Pata nahi means confusion, means ignorance. We use pata nahi as if it's a
very positive.
It's a Padam Shri. XYZ pata nahi.
So the very fact that we are living in a city, an urban area, itself means that we are desperately trying to do something.
Obviously.
It's a very basic thing.
Obviously.
Anybody who's living in a jungle can be for 1 second thought that okay, he's free.
But then such is our cunningness.
People are coming out of those areas to this urban areas.
You come from your small city to this place and you say nothing is important to you.
Why are we living here? We can easily go and
You will put on here and say nothing is important to me. You don't have the honesty to look at your life and see what is happening. And then you suffer. And then you ask, why? Am I a special target of misfortune? Why is this happening to me? Yes.
शिफ्टिंग फिर ऐसा नहीं होता कोई पर्टिकुलर चीज नहीं होती जैसे कुछ टाइम के लिए कुछ चीजें आती है फिर दूसरी हो जाती है
At any moment, whatever holds the mind is the mind. At any moment. At any moment, whatever is the object that is dominating the mind is the mind. Knowing as in?
Knowing everything around. Meaning. Living.
Same thing, sometimes it comes to mind, just you said, at every moment you are about health of the parents. And after some time it goes away. तो वही थोड़ा देर जो आता है feels जो भी आपने बोला every moment वाला बात.
Acceptance, and out of that, I tend to say I want to be liberated from this.
So there is a goal of importance. Liberation.
Oh.
But I feel that when a child is born in a society, he first learns. Unlearning does not start immediately. He first learns. So he learns and he gathers some aspirations. If he gets some education or some kind of good platform, he might be able to satisfy those aspirations faster. And thus I feel he has a higher chance of realizing that it was trivia. So I think unless and until a person, some in rare cases might happen otherwise, but unless and until person completes some percentage of his aspirations that he learned, it is hard to stop in that process.
You mean complete, or you mean coming close to it? Coming
Closer.
Coming closer in terms of
100%.
getting it, or in terms of knowing it?
In terms of knowing it, not even getting it, because getting it would be, but at least knowing it.
Because getting it and knowing it are very, very different. Very, very different. Getting it has no end at all. You can keep getting it and still feel there is more to get.
For example, you would say that if someone has an aspiration that I want to travel and I want to live in a 5-star hotel. Now he lives in a 3-star hotel, and then he reads about a 5-star hotel.
It's enough.
And
It's
he
enough.
realizes
It's
that
enough.
only
Enough.
2-3
Yeah.
facilities
Yeah.
more.
Yeah.
So then
And if you take that backwards, and if a 5-star hotel can be intelligently seen from a 3-star backdrop, then a 3-star can be very intelligently seen from a
1-star.
1-star, and a 1-star can be seen from your ordinary house,
But some knowledge.
that is already there. That is already there. You already are in a house.
So there are two things: knowledge and intelligence. So intelligence.
Knowledge is that much knowledge is always there. See, you eat food just as the richest man does, right? So you know what food is. You know what food is. Getting it has no end. You wear clothes. It may be of a very, very different quality, all right. But you know what the function of clothes is. And you know what is the maximum that cloth can give you. It cannot become your bloodstream. It cannot become your flesh and muscle. So if you say that a little bit of attainment is important before there is realization, well, no. And the little bit of attainment that is important, that is anyway available to us all the time. Nobody is starving. Nobody is a pauper. It's a very useful argument of the ego that, Buddha left it after he got it. I haven't yet got anything. So unless I get it, how can I leave it? And I've heard this argument numerous times. You can renounce it only after you have it. So first let me have it. There is another argument that unless you experience it fully, it won't drop. And complete experiencing is the process of dropping. And they would usually talk of streams like Tantra.
The Osho specifically talks about.
And mostly in relation to sex. That it drops when you have enough of it. And how much is enough?
You have to know it actually.
But see, it's such a pleasant argument. The ego loves this argument. That it will go away only when you have tons of it.
Your whole life.
Your whole life. And then it will go away when? When exactly?